Okay, welcome. It's been 9 days since I last streamed. It's definitely been a hot minute. Sup, Draconia? How are you? Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. I saw you came back a couple weeks ago. Glad you're stopping and joining. It is summertime, which means lots to do. So, the Munchkin turned 9 last Saturday. So we had activities last week. We had activities this weekend. So yeah, my gaming time has been limited. But I'm gonna knock out both Kokkols tonight, and then probably this week's Gambit, and then this week's Samomo tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to do this week's Tango with my partner Garen. So lots of free enterprise. Why does it seem like the audio for the game's not very loud? There we go. Okay. So we'll see how bad this is going to look. I actually didn't do too well on the Kokkol last time. I had a really rough start. It ended up like an hour and a half. Because I had like a 45 minute start, so. There we go. Well, glad you're getting back into it. As you've probably seen, we have several new clubs out there, so when you get into the free enterprise stuff, by all means, jump in and have some fun. So, and speaking of fun, we are going to get this underway in just a moment. This is Kokkol Express. This is a win game seed. This is a seed where we're going to obviously do the Murasanga Altar, forge the Legend Sword, and trade away the Pinktail. But this time we're also launching the Falcon and destroying the Super Cannon. Sid will be one of the members we could have on our team. We don't have to have him though. No earned characters, all the free characters you want. Of distinct 7. And no food. So we can ditch Sid if we want to. He's not a bad anchor though. He's not a bad person to keep, so. Again, there's no warp glitch here, and cabins are the only thing the shops in there free. So let's get going. Alongside Sid, that is a black mage. That's a Sura at King. There's our harp. A couple of sirens that we can't use because no XP on randomized encounters. But because this is K main, that harp check will probably be done, and quite early to tell you the truth, kind of since we pick up in Mysidia and in the Watery Pass. So speaking of Mysidia, that is always the first place we go. So let's see who we got waiting on us in Mysidia this time around. We have an Edward, which is not great. He can't equip the spoon though. And that is the other twin. So that's fine. Yeah, Sid and Palom are interesting. Like I said, I don't mind the Sid because that's a good anchor. Having the twins is great. Eddie's going to be kind of weak. So I'm hoping Watery Pass has a Kane. Or an Edge. But we'll see. We'll see what we get in Evelyn, though. We get a couple of nice bows and arrows and Evelyn. Eddie's not terrible. Vanilla Mayabs are on in this flag set, so we're going to go ahead and start on the left side. And no, we're not going to take this chest as soon as we walk in. Instead, we're going to see what everything else is. Got a strength ring, which I do believe Eddie can wear. Charm arrows. I love when it's exceptionally dark out here. I'm in here, I've got my lights on. for my webcam, but it's still, you can still see the reflection off the monitor, so I got this blue face half the time. Zeus Gauntlets, there's a black shirt. I'd love a Stardust Rod to go with that black shirt. Mutant Knife, there's already bow. So yeah, we're okay. I'd like something better than Charm Arrows, but a Light Sword, Zeus Gauntlets, Mutant Knife, Paladin can actually wear. That's actually not bad for casting. So, it's not terrible. Nothing yet to jump out of my chair about. There's some Salmon Arrows to go along with that Artie Bow, though. Assassin Dagger. Yeah, to be honest, we really don't have anything for anybody outside of Edward. Until Cecil becomes a Paladin, if we get a Cecil. Let's go see who we have. Oh, well, you've got to definitely do that. Definitely got to do that. Welcome back. We have an Eddie and a Porum to go with our Sid and Palom. We picked up an Artie Bow, some Sammy Arrows, a Zeus Gauntlets, Strength Ring, Mute Knife, Black Shirt. There's another Black Mage, which is not great if we don't have a Summon Orb, because we don't have stuff for 2 Black Mages. So this is not ideal. And our next stop is going to be Damsien anyway. We'll see who's there. We don't want Tella and we don't want Rosa. There's an Earthhammer for Sid at least. What did I just say we didn't want? I don't think I could take her. I can't take her. I got nothing to give her. I'd rather have Porum than Rosa as a white mage. And I mean, if I had a heroine robe, maybe. Actually, if I had a heroine robe, there'd be no contest. I'd be taking her. But I can't. I mean, I'm gonna need the power. So, with this party, I can't afford to take her and drop one of the black mages when I have my only other damage dealer is Edward. Because Sid's basically going to be playing the anchor and taking a nap for the most part. Baron Key. Later, Grant. Thanks for stopping by. Surprised he didn't run this one yet, but okay. Porum is going to get exit without going to Zot. So that's the big reason why I like having her. Because we don't end up with Earth Crystal till well later. We're stuck walking out of places. Especially when we have the harp so early. Having exit's going to be prime. So yeah, because harp will be one of our first spots here, which is kind of not good. For the simple fact that, again, we have a bunch of magic users. And harp is going to suck for that. Let's see, let's do... In the interim... Use Mute Knife. Black Shirt. No. No. Edward, you're going to be loaded for bear, buddy. You can't wear either. Damn, that sucks. Okay. You... Yeah, it's definitely a time save thing, absolutely. Definitely a time save. No, actually, you're going to wear the earth. You're going to use the earth hammer. Or earth wrench, or whatever that is. You're going to wear the diamond, and you're going to wear the Zeus gauntlets, and that's about all I got for you guys. So let's hope, with any luck, we find some more decent loot in here. So far, garbage. Again, would love to see a Stardust for HUD, or I won't see Stardust for now that we're in here. But another black shirt would be nice. Sork robe would be nice. All this money. Yeah, that would be nice, but maybe we'll grab the spoon here. Maybe this will be our first key item. The gauntlet? Really? Oh, we do have Sylph. I did not see that. I wish I would have learned that. The good news is this will be a lot of EXP early. So we'll definitely have some levels right out the gate. So that's not terrible. I mean, that's sucked from time perspective. But we will have a lot of levels out the gate. S3. Yes, it's called Turtle. I mean, all things considered, we're flying through this pretty well. Well, we can get underground, that's good. The bad news is, we're still going to need the other way to get underground. Launching the Falcon is required, so... But that won't be our way to have to get underground. Yeah, the ones spawning in the moon are never fun. Yeah, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. It's a little time consuming. But now what I'll go do actually is I'll go do Fabul next. And get a free heal. And I'll learn Sylph while I'm thinking about it again. Yeah, it's not a bad deal. The only issue here is I do want to get... let's see, first there, Rex. Just in case it happens to be like a Val. Actually, Val wouldn't be too bad because we do have the bow on Edward, but I get my free heal here. The only bad news is I've used, I think, 4 arrows now on Eddie and only have the 10 same arrows. No, I could sell the other one, but there's no money in the shops. Shops only sell cabins. So it's just a waste of space. Yeah, definitely would rather see this a different spot. if we're being completely honest. Definitely not where you want to see them. I mean, a perfect spot would have been Harp. Would be great, but alas, we're getting a lot of levels and a lot of weak characters, so I really can't complain too much at this point. A lot of levels of some weak characters. I am going to have to start putting Sid on the ground here soon, though, so I'm trying to see if I can't get Palom to Virus first, at least. Tower Key. Alright, so we only need the Darkness Crystal. Well, what am I talking about? We need more than just Darkness Crystal. Worst boss to replace the Dark Elf. At this stage, probably D-Lunars with the party I have. High magic spot. Can't use magic against. Yeah, I mean, just they would be pretty rough right here. I'm gonna see who my last character is, though, and pray this is one of the three amigos. That is not even close to what I wanted. You're done. Yeah, we're not taking you. This is a very, very garbage role when it comes to characters. So that was our last option. This is our party. This is our party. So this is going to be the Let's Actually Hope for a Spoon Here show. This is Water Hag. This we can do. We will not waste an arrow here. Now, I will tell you, I'm pretty sure Porm is going to get Berserk after this fight. Which will be large, because then I can start Berserking Edward and not have to worry about the, I should use Lit 1. I have to worry about the arrows. And look, I'm already hitting something. Nope, she didn't get Berserk yet. Alright, so let's change this out. Dark Imps. Let's do this, actually. Don't let me do that. Take that off. Put that on. And go. Well, Palom? Yeah, we need, I mean... And this should kill the last one. There we go. Alright. There's Berserk. Told ya. Alright. the Sammy arrows back on. Arrows back on. We're going to change you to out. Put your Berserk up top, and oh, there's potential. This is not fun. I like that it's a Kokkol seed more than it's a Z seed, because this would be terrible. This would be terrible party for Z. Kokkol without a Z fight, I mean, it's doable. Rat tail. Mom bomb is not ideal. I don't think we kill it before it explodes. I might. It'll be close. One more. Get it? Nope. Oh, there we go. Oh! How short are we? We can't be that short. There we go. Holy cow. Yeah, it's not great. I mean, it probably would have been quicker to let him explode and just kill the bombs, but or let her explode. Alright, so we have both Barons, and we have Harp. I think the play here is going to do Harp now and see if it yields us the Earth Crystal or the Spoon. Harp and Earth Crystal would be ideal, because then we would go Harp, Earth Crystal, Baron. There's a Heroine Robe. Do I go back and get Rosa now? I think that's an answer. I think it's a very valid answer, actually. Yeah, and I think we drop Iridia. Yeah, I think we're doing it. Now that I have Heroine Robe, I'm doing this. Because I'm almost positive Rosa can wear the Strength Ring. It is basically like a Adamant Light. I want the meat arrows. It is going to give her Strength, Agility, and Vitality plus 15. Helps if I put it on the right part of the body, though. So yeah, it's basically like a Heroine Light. Or whatchamacallit Light. You're going to get Sammy Bone instead. Which you can still use, but you're losing the Sammy arrows. You want here, 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 bandana. I can't wear it either. Okay. Put you in the middle, in the front. You're going to go here. And now we're just going to go do the Harp. Like I said, hope we get it into... Yeah, so if you have a Heroine Robe, basically Rosa becomes your best character if you have a bow and arrow for her. We have quite the nice bow and arrow combo for her. We have already bow and a Sammy arrow. with the Berserk on Forum. And obviously Rose will learn it herself, but the problem is with the Heroine Robe, you get the minus 15 to Wisdom, so she tends to miss Berserking herself. But now in theory, we can Berserk both, especially when we get Spoon, we can Berserk both. So the arrow glitch is, if you are Berserked when you go to pull your last arrow out of the quiver, so you queue up, so you've made your action and it's your time to go. You will not use that last arrow. However, the caveat is, if you die while you are Berserked after using what would have been your last arrow, you will have used your last arrow. So as long as you remain Berserk and alive, you will not use that last arrow. It is a glitch. So that one same arrow will last me a lifetime, as long as Rosa doesn't die. And as long as I Berserk her to use the arrow. If I use a fight command by itself, she will waste the last one. She has to use it while Berserked. Yep. I have no way to kill my party very quickly, so we're just going to wait this one out. Now's when I need to start knocking Sid down, though. So he doesn't start gaining that much experience. Alright, so what kind of tune do we got today? I don't know if I recognize that one. Xenogears. Yeah, I'm not going to know that one. Sparkle? Did I just call this into existence or what? We are going to do this, though. Actually, semi-airs would still probably be the best. Are we going to Starveil this? I think we have to. Come on. Should be now? One more fire left. There it is. Alright, so our Starveils ran out. So that's not good at all. This is almost a wipe. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah, that's not going to work because that's magic. Yep. Okay, here's what we're doing. That's why I'm glad I saved outside. We're just going to go full on. Or we just come back here later, I think. We'll just come back here later. Let's go do Baron first. That's gonna be. We have to deal some serious damage right off rip, and we're not going to be able to do it fast enough. Yeah, that's. You asked what the tough one would be. That's what it would be. Because with this party, you can't just hit the fight command. No need to apologize. It is what it is. Let's take care of Baron in real quick. Good news is we know it's there. I'm glad we have DKC on this side of Baron. This is nothing compared to what I did the last Kokkol I played, which was about 2 weeks ago. It took me up 45 minutes to get around. Luckily, this is a very slow spot. Yeah, well, I knew that was coming. Yeah, Rose has already got Berserk on, so no XP for that spot anyway. Sand Ruby. Zonk, basically. We had Asura but we had mute arrows. So whenever your Palom gets to Quake, if your no, wrong key. If your Palom has Quake, it's a disservice to use Twin. Depending on your gear, even when you get Virus, it's a disservice. Sword Grove's not bad. Yeah, because if you have the right gear, like if we had a Stardust Rod in addition to the black shirt, probably we'll be able to get away with just using Virus. Or not, yeah, Virus. This one, this is a guy shirt you could use. We're not going to. At this point, if I think it could be an upgrade, I'm still looking for a curse ring, which would be nice to put on my Sid. You can find some in those chests there because of what level chests they are. So basically, here on out, any chest that is on the way, I will probably pick up if it's on the way. I will not go out of my way to get more chests right now, because I've got enough power now to get through things. Let's do that. Berserk yourself? No, not yet. There's our exit. That's another thing. I probably shouldn't have tried to take Harp without my exit, so I'm glad we got that anyway. Glad we got some arrows. Don't know if this is going to get through, but we'll try it. Yeah, not much. Luckily, she's only got about 4,000 hit points here. So. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright. I can go underground, which will probably we do next. Check the Fey March freebie. We can do full tower. Top of tower might be a little rough than what we got until we get Quake. Honestly, I'd like to have one more boss fight. I just don't the sound of her crumbling down. It's a sensory thing for me. So it turns off that sound effect. I don't like the sound of the crumble. Yeah, there was an old wives' tale that it used to actually speed that process up, but it doesn't. It takes the sound effect off of it. Yeah, the crumbling sound, the sound if your party's poisoned, you walk around, and then a lot of people don't like the sound of the sylph cast. Bothers them as well. But that's basically your crumble. But only lasts for, you know. Alright. So ideally, now we want the pan, is what we want here. So yeah, we'll probably pick a couple of these up on the way. We know these, where the monster box is on this trip. There's only one on this way down here. So we'll pick these up because we know the monster in the box will not be these. Bunch of nada. No, it wasn't faster. No, it from a sensory standpoint, I just don't like the sound of crumble going on, so. Usually one of those checks yields something nice. There's some more same arrows, that's nice. Just in case. It's good in a pinch. And there's the darkness crystal. And we have exit to get out of here. So we have 3 of our 6 items that we need. 7 items. 7 items that we need. No reason. No reason for a moon trip. That's K main, which means only our items in the main spots. The moon trip traditionally on a Kokkol seed is saved for dead last. You just finish the seed there. Yeah, it's K main only, which is why we are going to do the harp check. Usually, obviously, would fade that because it's a pain in the tail end. But you're generally going to go, the way this is set up, you're going to go 17 for 17. Alright, we're going to change those out. What do you have on? Oh, 11's not bad. Yeah, in fact, Kokkol seeds are also notorious for having a very, very unfortunate role for your boss at the Mura altar. Turtles, wyverns, ogos. Those are always fun. We have a dark elf. Actually, a walk in the park. This will be pretty easy. This won't be bad. Because he doesn't have the traditional dark elf strengths. Correct. Now, the downside is it will just take us a little bit to get through this. Because while there's no magic stat, if I'm not mistaken, he's only have like 2,000 hit points when he switches forms, though. There we go. Yeah, we really... So Rosa has Berserk now, so she can Berserk herself. So opening play here will be... I'll probably swap Edward and... Alright. Leviathan's not bad. Radia would have gotten garbage. She got Leviathan. Alright, so Rosa can Berserk herself if she doesn't swing and miss. So I will need to switch Porm and Edward. We have Quake now. It's good, it's just not... It's not great towards mid-late game. I mean, it's definitely the number 2 summon you can have. But usually Rydia is not viable late game unless she's Muhammad on her. And then she only has that, you know, until she can get Nuke. Alright, so no warp glitch here, so we will not be warping from Dwarf Castle to Sealed Cave. The warp glitch does allow you to use the spell Warp when you are outside the throne room here, and it will warp you back to the Sealed Cave throne room instead of this one. Because the Final Fantasy IV SNES cartridge only had so much memory, so they used the same throne room. Earth Crystal. Alright, so now we have a decision to make. And I already know what decision that is. We're going to do the tower first. The decision would be to go do Zot into Magnus, but I think we're going to wait on that. God, we don't have a lot of hit points. Already at 44 minutes. We still need both halves of Legend and both halves of Pink. Ninja Swirl would have been nice for a ninja. The glitch is not active in this flag set. I do have Warp on Palom, but it's not active in this flag set. That's basically to force you to see if you want to take the very long check. That is. Alright, well this is a free fight. What I did not do was change my party around like I said I was going to. Fun fact, you kill the captain, they'll attack each other. Sorry, if you kill the officer, not the captain. Alright, so this will be our first of our 5 objectives at the 46-minute mark. Not great. I guess not. So tomorrow morning, probably-ish, morning-ish, I will be playing the Prince's Gambit flag set, which is my new club, which is based off of the 5.0 version of Free Enterprise. I would definitely encourage you to stop by tomorrow if you are able. It is definitely a fun take on Free Enterprise, where you get to decide, depending on what you have in your inventory in your party, if you decide you want to do the win game or go fight Z to win. So, what do we have up here? This is Elements or Rubicante himself. Yeah, the premise there is you've got 5 different objective groups. And, oof. And you have to finish one of 2 objectives from Group A, which are either Forge the Legend Sword or Turn the Pinktail. You have to do one of 3 objectives in Group B, which is either kill the King in a Fey March, the Queen in Fey March, or the boss on the basement throne. And then, if you'd like to win the game outright, you are going to complete the Sealed Cave. You are then going to defeat the Crystal Sword altar and defeat the Masamune altar. If you want to fight Z, you need to defeat Rubicante and launch the Falcon. There's our hook, so we can now launch the Falcon, speed of which. Quite a few new cool flags in the 5.0 that I utilize there. You get 8% experience bonus for each objective you complete, 8% experience bonus for every key item you check. Key item location you check. What else I use? B maybe flag is on, which means you can find a boss up to 2 times. Just because you saw them once doesn't mean you're done with them. I think well, the other flags I use in that flag set. It's kind of neat. But yeah, it was inspired by one of the flag sets that was in the Eidolon Express Grand Prix tournament that happened this summer. That just got done about a month and a half ago. Alright, so what do we want here? The pan would be okay. Painttail's fine too. We're going to set up Sheila 1 while we're here. And then we'll probably go straight from there to Magnus, since we'll already be low health. We know it's D-Lunars. Alright, but first, let's turn our tails too. Got a pair of them to turn in. No adamant armor, so this Pinktail will not give us an adamant armor. Dragoon Spear would be great for the Dragoon we don't have. Would be great against the D-Lunars. There's our Adamant Rock. So we are close. We are Legend Sword away from Go mode. So I am going to check Sheila 1. Because if she has the Legend Sword, I'm not running the Harp. Not even gonna mess with it. Luca Key. Ugh. I'm half tempted to do Zot first anyway. Probably something I shouldn't do, but I'm going to anyway. This is probably a waste of my time. The only things that would be worth of value in here would be a Cursed Ring or a Stardust Rod. Everything else, or I guess another Artie Bow, I guess would be good. Take that back. Ooh, I can't use that either. That. Oh, that'll work. That's always good. No. Yeah, that was not great. The tiara and ribbon might be okay, but it was not great. Alright, so we're going to Zot, and the reason we're going to Zot first is because, again, it is not the D-Lunars with high magic defense. I gotta make sure he's still got some arrows on him. I've used the fight command quite often with him, so I may have inadvertently used his last arrow. And now he's got one more left. Put on the tiara and the ribbon. I have 5 people in the back row. No? Okay. Worst spots to find this guy. Oh, hey, look, Leviathan's a dwarf too. D-missed, huh? Question is, can I be fast enough to where the mist does not show up? It's 2. 3,100. 3,500. Oh yeah, Rosa, one more shot. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we're holding out for the Legend Sword here. That would be the best possible solution. Because I mean, pretty much anything helps us here. The pan would suck, because that means we have to go back to bonk the pan. The spoon gives Edward a weapon. The reason why those are both bad, though, the spoon is bad, is because that means then we kind of have to do Magnus or Sealed Cave. So ideally, this is a pan or Legend Sword. The package is Zonk. Definitely don't want that. Up on the 1 hour mark, we have package Zonk. Probably the worst possible solution we could have gotten there. Okay. Now, I'm choosing Sealed Cave. Reason I'm choosing Sealed Cave is because I can warp down, yes, but if I get the Legend Sword, I'm already underground to do the Forge, which is what I'm looking to do anyway. The bad part out of all of this is I don't think my party's strong enough for a couple of the potential bosses at the Mer Altar, so we will hit up a couple chests on the way through here because we're going to walk right by them, this being one of them, this being another, and there's one more we'll walk right by, I think. Maybe not, I think I have to go out of the way to get the other ones. No, this one. Also, not worth my time. The wipe at the D-Lunars earlier is not ideal. Oh, man. I don't have to do both. Did I get rid of it, or did not? Oh, there it is. I was like, I thought I had it. Like, I didn't think I got rid of it. She still have mutant arrows on? Or does he have mutant arrows on? He has mutant arrows on. Should have life glitched that. I wasn't even paying attention. Alright. Let's hope Sheila 2 is the answer. By the way, if you're ever doing this and you don't have warp, you're only losing 30 seconds. I've timed it. It's not terrible. It's not as bad as you think. It feels bad, but you only lose 30 seconds by walking out instead of warping. Which, yes, 30 seconds could mean the match. But, in the grand scheme of things, 30's not that bad. Alright, let's go set Sheila 2. The silver lining in this is, in the event this Sheila 2 is the spoon, we're already going to be low health for Cave Magnus. So we will very much get through the opening sequence pretty easily this time. I'm going to check these chests real quick. Normally I wouldn't do this, but bunch of garbage. I mean, wouldn't be if we did a party. Second heroin robe, second set of Zeus gauntlets. Pan bonk. Stardust Rod, come on. Give me Moonveil. Another arty bow. Okay, so I got 2 of those now. It's not a bad thing. I can now give Sammy arrows and arty bows to both Edward and Rosa. Now, a lesser person would tell you that this is a spoon to just reset out. But if I really wanted to, since I haven't dropped Sid this entire time, I could switch. There's the Legend Sword, okay. Never mind. Never mind. So we don't have to do Cave Magnus after all. Funny that our opening key item is not a required item. We still need to launch the Falcon. So we're going to do that now. On our way back underground. But what I was going to say was, because I had not dropped Sid this entire time, and he's been gaining levels, I could have actually switched to Porn via my anchor. In theory. Alright. Get through this, get through that. Maybe now we're 20. Depends how nasty these bosses are underground. Which we still have a couple left. That'd be quite nasty. I'm not going to name them out loud, because I don't want to jinx myself. We will hit up a couple of these chests just to see if it's a curse ring. How about a third set of Zeus gauntlets? Ooh, that might come in handy. Do I have any free bosses left? Great. That's gonna be fun. I don't have any free bosses left to use that coffin on. A Sparkle at Hook 2. Only one that is gonna be a welcome sight. I guess Plague or Pale Dim would not be bad. Wyvern and Oko Pogo would definitely be straight hot garbage. Well, there's another one. Yeah, this isn't bad. Alright, we got this. We're good. Now I wish I hadn't have brought Sid back up, but... Alright, so we're through that. Yeah, I think 120 is a good time. We go raise the whale. We go to the boss. Let's see who we got left. We've got Octomammoth left. Mylon Z, Karate, Baigan, the Turtle, the Sisters, the Dolls, Golbez, Lugay, Rubicante, Evil Wall, Odin, Bahamut, CPU, Pale Dim, Wyvern. And we know it's not going to be D-Lunars because D-Lunars is at Magnus. Alright, so we're going to go Force of Sword. This is a super playable item. Not quite sure what actually is a good item here for what we have. Fiery Hammer is never bad. I guess that would almost turn our game plan on its head. Stop it. Okay. Pretty sure that's the good one. I'll look at it in a minute. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive that's the good one. I bet Loki's the good one. So oddly enough, the one key item we did not get was the one key item we really wanted from the very beginning, which was the spoon. And technically, we could have gotten it pretty early if we would have found a way to get past the D-Lunars. Unfortunately, my use of the Star Veils was way too early and didn't reflect the breath back onto the D-Lunars, so we wiped there early on, which was unfortunate because that was a long walk through Cave Magnus as well as a pretty decently long fight. If I had to guess, it probably set us back about 6 minutes. Not ideal. This is still not a fantastic Kokkol time. Given our party, though, I'm not too terribly upset about it. It's not like we had Cecil, Kane, Edge, Rose, and Palom, and we just wrecked shop for, 55 minutes. So we're going to park here. We're going to check and see what that weapon was for Edward. We're going to cabin up, and we're going to go fight the boss. Alright, that weapon was Paulo. That is... yeah, it's two-handed. I still can't give you anything to wear there, can I? I'm going to put all the semi arrows on you. The question is who we want here. Ideally, with who we have, probably Dolls or Octomammoth. We got mute arrows, so Sisters wouldn't be terrible. They're just annoying. Definitely anybody past the Sisters in terms of storyline goes, we really don't want. Octomammoth, not bad. I mean, it's not good. And that's why. But there's the reason why it's not terrible. That doesn't help, though. Nice way to heal off, at least. Or is it still plucking away? Not quite 120. But not too far after it, though. Yes. For the Cecil we don't have. 120.32. All right. Let's see what else did. Let's see. JP 57 minutes, nice. Rob sat 114. S&G plays 131. While I'm 111. Gilbonk beat me by 30 seconds. Pushwalt 112. CNC 110 and Mac 107. Not terrible. Not terrible. I mean, I know it's gonna be a little rough because of that wipe early on, but we'll take that. Let's see if my run parser's working correctly. GDF, GAX, async. Let's see if it's working correctly. Doesn't have my D-Lunar's fight on here, so we'll have to go back and look at that, but let's go ahead and show that real quick. Not too bad with 8 minutes of menu time, I'll take that. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing my D-Lunar's fight. I'll have to go back and check that on my code. Because it's right here. I mean, it set me back 5 minutes, yeah. So that brought me down to 115, which would have been right in line with Robsat Plays, who I tried to stay in line with. So, all right, that's going to be it for this run. I am going to take a few minutes. I am going to set up the... Oh, and Saxy Moma has just joined us with a party of 2. Thank you for the raid, Saxy Mama. Appreciate it. I was just telling everybody in the room we have finished this run. I'm going to take a few minutes to step aside while I roll up the second Kokkol Express seed of the night. It'll be the one that they Telegram just launched on Thursday. So if you have not yet run the Kokkol Express seed for room RFIKDN, this will be your couple of minutes announcement to bid adieu, so you were not met with any spoilers. So let me go ahead and get the things set up here, I am going to download this. I'm going to rename this as Kokkol. Season 3, Week 6, I think. Yep. Alright, so let's get that loaded up. Alright, so we'll have Edward this time. We are going to reset the tracker. It is ready to go, and like I said, I'm going to take a few moments. Please enjoy the Final Fantasy IV prologue theme, and I'll be back momentarily. All right, we are back. We are doing some hydration, and we're going to run us some more Kokkol. So, looks like this time we are saddled with an Eddie again. So let's see who we end up with the Eddie. Well, this is looking fantastic. We start with Adamant Rock, though. So that's at least a step up from last time. We have a usable key item. But yeah, having an Eddie sit again, not ideal. Not ideal. I mean, unless we get a spoon like first out the gate, but I'm hoping I find some characters from the city and Watery Pass and Dempsey and that say, you know what? Maybe not using Eddie this time. Oh, I probably need to put the correct... I'll do that in a minute. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I need to put the correct race room up in the bar there at the bottom. RFIKDN. Kane and Rosa. There we go. So I've got the acing down at the bottom. So if it shows up now, I am running the second FT2 I was planning on running tonight. This is this week's Kokkol Express that just released on Thursday. So if you have not run that and plan to run that, this would be your spoiler alert from the get-go. If you have already run it or don't plan to run it and would like to hang out, that is fantastic. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And let's see if we can put together a decent run here. So we are saddled with 3 of the same 5 we had last seed. Kane is our newcomer, which would have been a welcome addition last time. And we had plenty of stuff for him too. Charm Rod, Thunder Rod, Flame Spear, wow, my clock hasn't started. Holy cow. Why did my clock start? I am going to hold on and let that go for a minute. I need to figure out how long that went. My guess is based on previous ones, it went about 2 minutes. I'm going to let it run to 2 minutes real quick, and then I'll keep going. That is unfortunate. I don't know why it didn't restart on its own. I'll put it on 2 minutes, and then I will... I'll go back after I end the stream and make sure what the exact timing was and correct my time inside the async room. That is terribly unfortunate. Not quite sure why that didn't start, because it's tracking my chest just fine. It is tracking my key items just fine. So that's rather unfortunate, really. But alas. Again, we'll wait till we get to the 2 minute mark. Let's see if I can do this. Yeah, we are in a shared. Yeah, it is 2 minutes and 45 seconds. What I gotta wait on. So when it gets 2:45, we'll start again. So I went back and looked at my previous Kokkol run, not the one earlier tonight, but the one right before that. Again, I run the same pattern every time when I start Kokkol. So 2:45, I was at this exact spot. So when we get 2:45, I'll start walking again. This makes for real riveting viewing, though. I will tell you that right now. People at the edge of their seat waiting for this final step here. And here we go. Mura sword. The Prince of Eblin would be nice. It's a good start there. Asura, Starvale. Dwarf Axe, so we can back row Kane. We can make Sid an anchor. So far, this is shaping up not quite as well as last one. In terms of gear, we have found Evelyn Castle. Zeus Gauntlets helps. Full Moon. Yeah, we really want a ninja here. Let's go Watery Pass. There's our ninja. Alright, so this is solid. I've got my guy. I'd like a ninja shirt or a power shirt. But outside of that, I think we're good. Who do we got at Damsian? What don't we have right now? We don't have a black mage. Palom would be nice. We'll settle for Idia, but Palom would be nice. That is Palom. Bye, Eddie. Oh, not that Eddie. This Eddie. No. Alright. So we're good. Well, it doesn't matter who we get at Ordeals. Honestly, the only person worth taking at this point in time would be Cecil. Let's go check on Bedward's item here. And go from there. I do feel much better about this party composition than the last one. He got ticked off, went home, went to bed. Tower key, I'm almost positive that's the same thing we got there last time. If I'm not mistaken. Alright. Now we just run through our checks. We're going to go Inline K first. I didn't even see what we had here. We got to do Zot and we got to return the Pain of Sheila. Those are our two random objectives this time around. Let's go ahead and gear up. Let's back row this guy real quick. You are not getting a lot of the fantastic armor. In fact, you're not going to get much of anything, it looks like. Alright. Mura. Full Moon. Nada. Samurai. Zeus gauntlets. You're gonna go in the middle. Actually, you're gonna go in the middle. You're gonna wear the dwarf axe. We have a charm rod. That's about all I got for you too. I didn't get much of anything. We're about to walk into Antlion Cave, so we are going to have to loot just a little bit. I'm pretty sure an ogre axe will be better than the drain sword, or the flames spear. Coffin will be nice. Flame rod, not great. What do we have up here? Just money. Time. Time is money. Time is money. Fire arrows. So this is going to be the Edge show for a while. Is this even randomized? You would do that to me, wouldn't you? You would do that to me. Do I have any exits? Nope, we're gonna walk. Many of us can find the humor in this. I am probably going to use Kane as a anchor now. Actually, that doesn't make much sense at all. I think I'll just drop Kane. Keeps it as my anchor. Give Eddie a spoon. Get some levels here. So now we got two people who can do some damage. That's good. A black belt be great. Karate shirt even. I hate giving up Paladin. I really do. Because I don't have much in terms. I don't have much of anything towards the sweep now, so. But I don't know how you give up Cecil and ordeals. So. I mean, I don't have anything for him to wear. Nothing for him to wear or use. So we may end up going back to Eblin Castle. nothing else to be able to cover. Dude. Oh my god. Trying to keep everybody alive. Nice low roll. Oh, okay. That's a nice low roll. Rat's tail. We have our paladin. We have a sparkle. So this is already back road. Alright, we still not way underground yet. With us having to turn the painted shield, I'm going to try to do a single dip of a bull. So we're going to go do Baron Inn now. I mean, ideally, actually, let's do Baron Inn first. To see if we can't get a couple levels of Cecil first, and then we'll go do... So we have to do Hook Route anyway, but I'd like to go do the Evelyn Castle Monster boxes. See if I can't get Cecil a weapon. Let's do Baron Inn first. Get Cecil some levels. And what can you wear at this point in time? Whole bunch of nada. I actually think the Ogre Axe maybe better ways got on, so... Yeah. Not ideal to lose Eddie on that. Alright, so they're definitely worse places to find him. There's our pan. There's a problem with that, though. We still have to double dip because Fabul's going to have our route underground, or another key item that will lead us to a route underground. So, unfortunately, though it looked like we only had a single dip at this point in time, we gotta do twice anyway. Good news is we have our pan, which allows us access to another key item as well as completes an objective this time around. So we're going to go with Fabul. We're going to save. We're going to go in and we're going to defend Fabul. We need the hook to turn the pink tail, or the rat tail for that matter, but I would prefer not to have to use the hook to get underground. And be strong. Arg. Cessa's got some levels now. There's our magma key. We have access to Sheila 1 and 2 once we go through the the Sylph Cave. We have full tower we can do. We obviously have Dwarf Castle. We don't need a black mage because there's no warp glitch on. However, that warp would have been nice to get out of Sealed Cave if we do happen to go that route. Alright, so let's do this. See if we can get us a couple items here. Do I have a mute knife? I thought I grabbed one. I don't see one. Alright. Oof. Damn it. Moonveil. Oh, we have an exit. Moon Veil could be a useful item. Definitely useful against the Octomammoth we saw last seed. Demist is another good one against. Again. I mean, there's several that are strict physical attack that they're fantastic against. Two Moon Veils. Alright. I mean, I'm getting some decent experience, but not the way I wanted to do this. Get a little life glitch going on there. Gives a little more experience. Okay, that made it worth it right there. Alright, so I would much rather had a weapon for Cecil, but Cecil can continue to cover like he's doing. Edge will continue to do his thing, as well as Edward. So we're going to go down and check Feymarch first. We're going to, from there, probably do full tower. And then once we get out of there, we're going to do Sheila 1 and 2 setup. I'm going to fade Dwarf if I can. Don't have Radia. There's no warp glitch. It's a long check. We don't get a character. It's a long check for one key item. So we're probably going to avoid Dwarf Castle if we can. We'll do Feymarch first. Feymarch ends up with the Legend Sword. That is going to be fantastic. I mean, assuming, well, yeah, we need it anyway for the objective, but assuming it's a weapon we can use. Wouldn't mind seeing a Lightbringer. Just, in case. Nope. Here's what we are going to do, though. We're going to do Sheila 1 and 2 now, instead of having to heal again. Now we're going to set it up. We're not going to do it yet. We'll set it up, then we'll run tower. I mean, it's like 8 seconds, but... There's a ribbon. Bonk. All right, what an item. Thanks for that. All right, now we have to change our form up. Gotta keep those story just for the turtles. Alright, let's see who's at the cannon room and who's at the top of the tower. We'll do cannon room first, why not? Leviathan. I have to put full moon as main hand. I didn't think I did that. I'll double check that before the next fight. I don't think I put full moon as main hand, which means he's technically not back road. Which I need to put the mirror on him anyway, so we'll do that real quick while I'm thinking about it. There we go. Now he's definitely back road. He's got his 2 Muras on. I don't think Rosa has any healing gear on at all. You know, which is, you know, ideal. She does have Berserk though. I'm gonna put that top of the list. She doesn't have Blink though, which probably... Oh, come on. We know this is going to be the Gauntlet. With no sweeping gear. Or no sweeping capabilities. Well, I've got Flame on Edge. That's it. Which I don't even think is worth it. I think we just hold an A. We are going to get some experience out of this, though. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it. I do need to drop Sid as soon as possible, though. This should be the last one. No? Oh yeah, that's okay. Darkness Crystal, alright. It's a necessary item. Pain in the ass fight. Necessary item though. Alright, so we have Sheila 1 and Sheila 2 set up. We'll probably come back and do Dwarf later, in the event when we still need to. We have to come down and do the Forge anyway. So we're going to go up to the blue planet again, turn in Sheila 1 and 2, and do Barren Castle. I'm actually hoping we get the Earth Crystal here. We definitely will raid the treasury to get Cecil some sort of weapon. On top of that, it'll spit us back out. Obviously, we have to get the towers out for an objective, but also spit us back out at Barren Castle, so we can go ahead and run that one. So, rooting for the Earth Crystal here. Or the Hook. Hook, Rat Tail, and Earth Crystal's fine too. There's our Hook. We're going to wait to go into the actual grotto until we do Sheila, in case she gives us the pink tail. Already feeling much better about this run than I was last run. That's what happens when you have a spoon on Edward, actually, like before the very last thing of the game. And we have your boy Edge. Pretty loaded. There's our Earth Crystal. We shall take that. We do not need the sirens. Not with the silk webs. Medusa, Asura, Odin, Fire, Flame. Rob Sat Plays. Welcome. And welcome everybody that came along with Rob Sat Plays. This is the new Kokkol, so if you have not seen it, please wave your hand and say goodbye. I appreciate you bringing everybody over. The one that just kicked off on Thursday. I did the old one earlier. Good luck, have fun, bye! Yes, so if you're coming over from Rob Sat Plays and John Burkhead's at Troy and Tango, and you are planning on playing this week's Kokkol Express that just kicked off on Thursday, the RFIKDN, you need to leave. Because we are in the middle of that right now. Alright, so nothing much out there, just the Luca key. But we can go do Tower of Zot to knock off that one. I'm going to look at the treasury, as I said before, to see if we can't get ourselves some decent weaponry and gear for our party. Generally speaking, at the 40-minute mark, you would not do the treasury. But seeing as how starved we are for equipment, as you saw, those cures from Rosa were absolutely pitiful. Cecil isn't doing much in terms of damage. There's something. That's something. That's something. That's something. That's something. Oh, okay, so we're okay. We did some work there. Not much again in terms for our white mage. We got an Avenger for Cecil. Still not the best thing in the world for him. I mean, definitely it's doing wreck shop, but I mean, you don't have much control over, obviously, since it puts him in Berserk immediately. We may go ahead and take this Flame Dog real quick to see if that's worth it. I mean, it should only take a matter of seconds to do it. We have a Blizzard Spear, I think. You're going to get the Power Shirt and the Ninja. You are going... No, not you. You are going to get Glass Avenger, Zeus, Samurai, Sork going on you, Tiara. I've got to have something better than this, right? A life staff, okay. Okay, as long as you don't care about spoilers, then you're fine. You're absolutely fine. I just don't want anybody in here if they're expecting to run this. I do have the Blizzard Spear, so... But I can't dart it. Then we won't. I'm glad I stopped to check that chest. Perfectly happy with stopping to check that chest. That was definitely worth the stop. Alright, so now we can shift some things around again because Edge, love you to pieces, you're my guy. You're not wearing the Power Shirt. You're not wearing the Ninja Helmet. Yeah. Crystal Sword into Avenger. GG. Alright, so I don't want to wake up the dude. I don't want to wake up Sid yet. Leave him on the ground. Ninja, power, Crystal, glass, samurai. So we're switching you two. I am going to sort this as best I can. And I was going to do something else out loud that I was going to do. You go here, and you go. Where are you? Here. A lot of menuing, but it's worth it. Onoden. Oh, let's just berserk the guy with Avenger. That makes a lot of sense. Good thing she didn't cast it. I promise I'm not new to this game. I look at half the time, but I'm not new to this game. Sisters at Dwarf 2. Which we may not have to do. So we're taking this directly into Baron Castle. Come on. Piggy, 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 can't you see? And we have a winner. It's a shame we aren't doing a Z fight this time around. Although I wouldn't want to grind the levels, so. Alright. Alright, what do we got here? Legend Sword? Pink tail. That's okay. We need that too. I don't see this being sub-hour, but we can break 110 if this gets us the Legend Sword. I do need to stop by and heal real quick. I'm gonna do that right about. Actually, I shouldn't. I should have just healed, right? Yes, but I need to take this off. If I'm not mistaken, I have a Kamikaze in pocket. This is Golbez. Not ideal. Yeah, I've faded Dwarf Castle thus far. I haven't touched Sealed Cave either. Didn't quite kill off Sid. Free. Yeah, probably should have killed Sid first, but... Alright. Fingers crossed this is Legend Sword, because our other options are going to be terrible. Because it's going to be Dwarf, Sealed, or Harp. Sealed is exceptionally not good, because we don't have Warp. At least out of Cave Magnus, if we get the Harp, we can exit out, but... Yeah, Sealed is not a great option. So let's go with Legend Sword here. Just pick it up, go. That is not what I just asked for. No. Haven't done that in a minute. Come here. Alright. And now we get 2 Chocobo songs. I'm going to save out here, not that it really matters, because casting Exit's going to be just as fast. It's not like you can do a Sealed Cave, which is walk up there and find out it's a piece of garbage and then leave. These are terrible, terrible checks. But Rex, why are you doing Cave Magnus when you could just go do Dwarf Castle? Well... as most people are, fade Harp. Kokkol, you really can't fade Harp most of the time. Kokkol, you're usually 17 out of 17. We managed to fade it last seed. We went 16 out of 17 and didn't do Harp. We tried to. We wiped. Because we tried to take it way too early. But didn't need it. But I'm hoping that because of that last seed, that people will fade it this time. Another tune I don't recognize. Got a couple of those in a row now. I think I should know this one, though. Yeah, it's Castlevania. I was like, I think I should know that one. I was not aware I left the Avenger on, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yep. Legend Sword. Great decision, Rex. There you go! Alright. Go mode. Go mode. Like a 105, maybe? We'll trade the pink tail. Go forge the Legend Sword, then go to the moon. 105 might be cutting it close because of raising the whale. Yeah, because it's 56 already. I'm going to say 108. Be safe. I mean, okay. I actually don't like seeing that, to be honest, because that means I didn't get quite the advantage I got from doing the Flame Dog. Yes, granted, I probably got it earlier than Minnie did, because of when and where I got it, but I actually don't like seeing Crystal Sword there, to be honest. What do I want here? Really? Somewhere Tallgren's laughing at me. Yep, sure is. Wonder if I can dart that. I've never tried. We're going to try. $58. I can beat 105. Who's here? Who we got left? We got D-Mist. We've got we got the Gauntlet. That would be terrible, but thanks to Kokkol. Minelon Z, DKC, Beigen, Turtle, Delph, Sisters are Dwarf 2, not there. Val, Dolls, Lugay, Dimps. King Queen would be nice, not gonna lie. Rubicant, Wall, Asura, and pretty much everything except the D-Lunars in terms of sparkles go. Oh, never mind, we got Wyvern too already, so. All right, let's go do this. Question is, how many other people kept Eddie or went back for Eddie when they got the spoon? And was that a better decision than keeping Kane? Because I don't remember seeing much else in terms of weaponry for Kane. Who knows? Sid, you're gonna earn your money here, buddy. Alright, you cannot dart Abel, for those who are curious. I mean, 101.35? I mean, I'll take it. It's a heck of a time. 101.33. We'll take it. We will take that. Thanks for the GG's, Kyuden. Appreciate it. Thank you for everyone else who stayed by after the raid from Rob Sat Plays, and for those who were here before the raid happened. Thank you so much. Let's see what the damage is done with the rest of the group. Again, we had a time of 101. $33. How'd we do? About as suspected. Pretty much everybody was sub 1 hour. SMG plays 104, but Wyland was at 57, Gilmock 53, Pushball 58, CNC 54, Garen 55, and Matic was right at the 1 hour mark in 2 seconds. So again, not far off the pace. I will take being within 5 to 7 minutes of all of these runners, because these are our top tier runners in the community. So I'm good with that. I am perfectly fine with that. I don't think I'm now looking at the rest of this stuff. CNC did all 17 checks pretty much. Garen technically did 16, so did Matic. So I only did 15, so I did 1 or 2 less checks, but I mean, so we had Ed, we had Cecil, we had Edward, we had Rosa, and we had Sid. Alright, let's see if my parser's going to work again. New run. This is RFIKDN. This is week 7 on the Kokkol Express. Alright, let's see what we got here. 7 minutes, 48 seconds of menu time. hardly lose a lot of time. We didn't have any long battles either. We didn't. We had the 108 at play that we just took. Golbez obviously is always a long fight. Mom Bombez as well. No, I mean, where do we save time? I mean, I guess Evelyn Castle? Well, here's the thing. I need to go back. That time may not be official. For those who weren't here, when I started, my timer did not start. So when I was in Evelyn Castle, looting at the very beginning here, this section, I stopped and waited. That's why the seed time's different as well. Because my clock had not started, I waited till I was at 2:45 because on previous Kokkol runs, since I used the same opening, I was at 2:45 where I was. So I'm going to go back, actually, when I'm done with the stream and verify my time. So that's why this is such a long time here at Evelyn Castle. This obviously is when I ran the 3 monster boxes, but yeah, this is quite a bit of time here that actually did not occur. But yeah, I don't think I can pick up any time somewhere. I did a pretty clean run. I mean, it's just a matter of execution. Obviously, I am not as sharp as some of our top runners, which is okay. Like I said, I'm within 5 to 7 minutes. I'm okay with that. I'm definitely okay with that. So, all right. So, if you are new to stopping by and you would like to see more of my content, please follow me here. I will probably be on tomorrow morning to run this week's Prince's Gambit flag set or seed for the week. That's my new racing club that I started about 4 or 5 weeks ago now. I think we're on week 5. Which is a 5.0 flag set not based off of, but inspired by the Tsunami Open from the Eidolon Express Grand Prix tournament we had. It's a flag set that allows you to choose which way you're going to end the seed, whether you're going to do it win game or by defeating Z. It's also a party 4. It's also a party 4. It's no adamants, no cursed. It's a pretty solid flag set, and I've gotten several of the top runners in the community have enjoyed as well. So I'll be running that in the morning. I'll also be trying Sumomo in the morning, which we haven't run a Sumomo seed for eons. That was my flag set that I cut my teeth on when I first started. That was definitely a masochistic way to get into Free Enterprise, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. So we may try to do Sumomo as well. If you cannot catch me tomorrow morning, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, myself and Garen will be running our Troy and Tango seed that just dropped. So many of you who just came over from Robsat Plays and John Burkhead will be running that same seed tomorrow night. So if you want to stop in, again, that's 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So thank you all once again for stopping by and hanging out. It was a wonderful time, and I appreciate you guys hanging out after you rated over. It really does mean a lot. So hope if I don't see you again tomorrow, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. If I do, I will encourage you to stop by, and I look forward to seeing you once again. So thank you once again, and have a good night.